Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back. It seems like if the Western countries, the big club countries, shot themselves in the foot, boom, with their embargo and their sanctions on Russian natural resources, oil, coal, gas, uh, in order to defund, not the police, defund the Russian war machine. It seems like the Russians have no problem finding customers. So, and customers that could not be persuaded, you know what I mean, threats and blackmail by the big club. And that obviously is China. So the Russians need a market and they have a big market over there. And not only there, India as well. So we have here an article that deals with Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin cold. So from the Telegraph on April 20th, 2022, we find out that uh, China is buying Russia's oil at a bargain price. So China is taking advantage of the war in Ukraine to grab cooking oil at a heavy discount. Cooking. It's not cooking, it's caulking. Grab caulking oil at a very discount with cooking oil. Ah, man, for the burgers. All right, to grab a caulking oil at a heavy discount with imports more than doubling in March. Imports of the fuel, which is used in making steel, rose to 1.4 million tons in March from 590,000 a year earlier. Ooh, Beijing has moved to take advantage of bargain price after Russia's invasion of Ukraine's led buyers such as Japan and the European Union to curb or ban imports, leaving Russian companies scrambling for buyers. I don't think they scrambled, just left. All right. At a whole, coal imports fell 31 PC on year, driven by collapse in demand for thermal coal, which is used for power generation. Coal is by far the most common energy source in China, representing more than half total consumption despite efforts over recent decades to reduce usage. So Chinese authorities have also considered ramping up energy imports from Russia further, despite opposition from the West. It imported 331,000 tons of liquefied natural gas from Russia last month, roughly the same amount as in March last year, despite an overall 17 PC year-on-year decline in its gas imports, driven by soaring prices. Beijing willingness to work with Moscow will feed frustration in the West, of course, as it undermines the effectiveness of sanctions launched over the past 2 months. India has also taken advantage of the disruption to grab fuel at a discount. Can you blame them? No, but you can't. You can't blackmail them, or you try. Blinken tried, right? So it says here that Brent crude oil was trading at around $108 a barrel on Wednesday afternoon. In mid-March, traders have been selling Urals blend, the most common Russian variety, at discounts of $25 to $30 a barrel. That's a big discount. The EU purchased 5.2 billion euros of Russian coal in 2021. It says here an economist at Bernberg said that timing should allow EU members to find alternative sources. It would also give Russia time to redirect its export, you think? And the alternative sources are where? Mars, Moon, or Jupiter? Anyway, it is what it is, and I how could these guys? This is not. This is something that is just confirms my assessment of the most of or the most important leaders in the Western world. How can they assess a situation so poorly in the fact that Russia already had connections with China, and they had some pipes ready to go for gas and oil, and they were pushed together by, always telling them how bad they are by the Western countries, and not only that, sanctions and other stuff. How could they assess the reaction of the Russian government so poorly, and or the reaction of the Chinese government? But if I take it this route, that they are just, I don't know, poor, I don't know, shallow individuals, I still have doubts that that's reality. I'm trying to look on the other aspect. What could be that these guys really get out of it, even with this transfer of coal, oil, gas from Russia to China and Russia to India? The big club must be having an advantage somewhere. I don't think they miscalculated, because it's too obvious. I think it's too obvious that this backfired. So I don't think they did not foresee this. It was not hard to foresee it. So I'm trying to figure out what would be the Westerners' interest and advantage, still advantage, to pursue what they pursued. They knew that if they're going to start sanctioning Russia, Russia will look for whom? For their friends and whoever they cooperate with. So they knew all this. Did they think that they can influence China? I don't think so. They have intelligence and other people who can report to them, hey, that's not likely to happen. So, and whenever you have an answer, you already have like three plans, three scenarios for that one route that you're going to take. That's how it is. I don't know if these guys, they should function like that. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, is the American scheme of having the Western Europe and its vassal states dependent on their natural resources, so they take over the European market, the resources, the natural resources, by kicking Russia out, and they take over. Somehow they're going to just extract whatever they have, increase their extraction, and then provide it over there. It's just a market shift, like, okay, Russia out, we're coming in. Is this a power grab of the market? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what would be the advantage, because obviously everything gets more expensive in United States, in Europe. So I know they don't really, pay too much attention on, but it's just more market for big interest. This is what I can think. And loans and loans and loans to rebuild this, provide military assistance and equipment to the Eastern Europe and everybody else. Now Sweden and Finland and others, so invade the market with their product, which in this situation is guns and weapons, and that's what it is. So they got the natural resources, going to extract and give it here, and the weapons, which is a military-industrial complex who's kind of in charge somewhere, right? So I think that's how far I can see in this instance. There are more reasons. There should be more reasons. A new sphere of influence, a cut. These are really my guys. Now they're scared shitless of Russia, so they're gonna just now come underneath my little, skirt and be mine forever. I will have armies over there that the countries will pay for. It's a real dominance, foothold, like not like before. Now you have armies. We have more armies located, NATO troops in those countries, that you're gonna have more military equipment sold over there. You're gonna have natural resources sold over there. Only you. Yeah, you have what? Gonna have Qatar or Saudi Arabia is already bailing out or looking for other options, and it's oil, but you need gas and coal. What are they gonna do? Cut Siberia out of Russia? Yeah, if they could. You see, Japan is doing all kind of hanky-panky with G20, and I don't understand Japan. It wants the Kuril Islands. They will never get them. An atomic bomb will knock at their door if they make a move. I guarantee you, it's not going to be a conventional. It's going to be something like that. That's my assessment. That's my assessment. Because the Russians will not deal with conventional warfare with Japan, basically with the United States. That's not going to happen. They're going to be drawn in that. They're going to say either or. Bomb, bomb, and that's it. But who knows? Maybe people are, I don't know, different. Nevertheless, Russia's finding people to buy their product, a lower price, that's true, but the market will adjust itself after a while, after this crisis. Well, thank you for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and see you in a minute. Ciao.